So the question is, what's holding you back from being free? What's holding back your freedom? Is anxiety holding you back from being free? Is fear and worry holding you back from being free? Is doubt holding you back from being free? Hey, but I'm going to submit to you today that instead of being anxious about being free and the things that it takes you to be free, I want you to consider being curious about what freedom means to you, and using curiosity as a way out from being anxious about your freedom, right? So to start, let's just take a deep breath and do a really quick body scan, scanning your body from top to bottom, from head to toe. How are you feeling today? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling in your body? How's your mindset today? Right? How's your spiritual health today? Take a minute to pause and become mindful about your surroundings. Right? What are some things that you see with your eyes? Some things that you feel? What are some things that you smell around you? Right? So just tap into your body, tap into what's going on with you today. And we're going to dig in a little bit about freedom. So we know that fear holds us back from being free. Fear holds us back from opportunities. Fear holds you back from peace of mind, right? It robs you of love. It robs you of things that you can do differently because you're stuck in a rut. Hey. Fear keeps your blinders on. Like, you can't see when you're afraid. When you're stuck in fear, you're in survival mode. You're always thinking about the threat. Somebody's going to hurt you. Somebody's going to harm you. Something's going to get you. And fear also keeps you stuck in a comfort zone. It keeps you stuck. But once again, I'm going to submit to you that there's an opportunity that instead of being fearful, that you can be curious. Be curious about what's on the other side of fear. And one of the ways that we can be more curious is through awareness, right? Understanding the things that keep us stuck. Understanding the things that trigger us, right? What are the things that make us upset? What are the things that emotionally dysregulate us, right? What are the things that makes your body feel bad? Whether it's food, whether it's past traumas, past thoughts, past things that you see. What are the things that derails your emotions, right? Somebody saying certain things, doing certain things makes you feel boom, right? Knowing that beforehand so that you can be proactive, right? What are some things that you can do to as a preventative measure to being fearful and to being anxious and worried? And knowing beforehand as a cue. That's one way. So awareness is one way that we can become more curious, that we can lean into the fear, lean into the worry, right? Knowing the scriptures, knowing what God says about be anxious for nothing. Why should you be anxious when God has got your back, right? Why should you be worried when the Bible clearly tells us that fear not? How many times does it say fear not? It says it 365 times. Fear not is in the Bible. So being aware of what triggers us is step one to moving into a more curious state. Step two is self-care, right? knowing that we need to do something different, knowing that we need to get on track with our wellness, knowing that we need to be more committed to the things that feel good in our body, mind, and our spirit, knowing that we have to invest more in ourselves, investing more in what is going to move the needle, right? Internally, and setting up daily reminders and have an accountability, right? Having the people that's in your corner, in your tribe, that's going to speak to your vision, who's going to speak to the giant in you instead of the fear in you, right? If I'm around people who's complaining, who's always anxiously talking about other people, that's always gossiping, yo, I'm out. I'm not even entertaining the conversation. Like I'm moving to the side, right? So if we have to be conscious, and it's not a perfect science. We have to tap in and recognize when, we're off, right? When we need to become more mindful. And a friend of mine, one of my biz besties, she said, get a PhD in loving yourself. Hey, what's up, cousin? Get a PhD in loving yourself. Yo, that thing took me to a whole nother place. Can you imagine if you got a PhD in loving yourself? Get a PhD in knowing about you. And the thing that I realize is that, not only do we change every year, sometimes every couple of months we change. Listen, I'm menopausing. I'm 53. I don't care no bones about my age. I'm in full-blown menopause, okay? So tomorrow I might be different, all right? So knowing what is good for you today, that might have not been good for you yesterday. Last month, that might not have been good for you, right? Get a PhD in you. Get a PhD in taking care of yourself. Get a PhD in knowing that these are the things that I need to be successful, right? And if you don't know what you need to be successful, that means you need to go back to step one, which is awareness. Going back to understanding who you are, how you functioning, what's driving you today, right? So if you can't answer them questions in step two, if you don't have a PhD in you in step two, go back to step one. Do some more awareness. Do some more processing and thinking about what's happening in your body, mind, and spirit, right? And the last thing that I'm going to jump on is taking action. Now, change is the only thing that we can guarantee that is going to be present, right? The only thing that we can guarantee is that we're going to change. There is going to be change. From one day to the next is going to be change. And we have to ride the wave, right? My program is called the Body Flow Method because we flow like water, right? If we can ride the waves, right? We go through these ebbs and these flows. We go through every day. I may not be feeling good today, but I got to press my way and take action so that I can raise my vibration, so I can get to a better place, so I can have that, so I can be the better person that I need to be, right? But taking action means that I'm taking responsibility for the me that I'm bringing to the table today. Are you bringing your best self to the table today? Right? Yes, exactly. Recognizing your surroundings, recognizing what's around you. Is it a good vibe, right? Or what's the influence that you bringing into the room, right? We all are spirit beings. We step in the room, right? We kick down the door, waving our 4-4s. Like, who are you when you walk in the room, right? Is this person that's walking in the room? Are you being your best self, right? Are you influencing the energy in the room positively? Are you bringing your funky self in the room? And sometimes it's us. Hi. Sometimes it's us. And we have to check ourselves, right? We have to check ourselves and make sure that it's not us that's the problem. So taking inspired action will ensure that we take responsibility for the energy that we bring in the room, that we are regulated, that, we are aware of the traumas that's holding us back sometimes, right? We all have trauma, okay? We all done been through it. If you are over 35, sometime over 20, whatever. If you're over 35, you done been through a thing or two, okay? And sometimes those things leave lasting impressions in your life. It leaves lasting, like, belief systems. You created belief systems. And it's our responsibility to check in. Like, what did that incident, what did that create in me that's making me act like this, right? What did that create in me that is making me think like this? And taking the responsibility to change that. We cannot change our past, but it's our responsibility to monitor the future that we are creating for ourselves and our children and our legacy, right? Good morning. It's our responsibility to create the life that we desire. And the only way that we're going to create the life that we desire is by taking action. That's step 3. Taking action every day, right? Asking these questions. What is your body communicating to you today? Right? What is it in our body? Because our body is wise, right? Our body communicates a message before we even open our mouth, right? You ever saw somebody who was feeling some kind of way, their shoulders hunched over? We could tell already how they feeling because your body communicates the message before your mouth opens. So we have to be responsible for taking the inspired action to be our best self, right? Our freedom is our responsibility. And the Bible tells us that we are free. He created us to be free. He created us to be fearful and wonderful, right? He created this whole wide world we have the, imagine this. We have the capacity to do whatever we desire. Think about that for 2 seconds. Right? Now let's go to the left with it, right? Let's just say we wanted to go out and just do something crazy. We wanted to shoot up the club or we wanted to do something real stupid. We could go out and do something crazy, right? We have the ability. Like right now I'm in a park. I could do that. But because we are sovereign beings, and we stay connected to our Father, Abba Father, we stay connected to our Abba Father, that He brings us in alignment with truth. He brings us in alignment with what we need and what we need to be today, right? That's the reason why it's so important that we check in. Every single day, check in with yourself. Do a body check, do a mind check, do a spirit check. And if something's off, check that. Go back to 1, awareness, right? Then 2 is first you self-care, right? What is it that you need for today? Self-care. What do you need to be your best self today? Maybe you need to take a break today, right? Tap in. And then step 3 is taking inspired action. It is our responsibility. It's your responsibility to be the best person that you can be today. You are a free sovereign being. And if anxiety and fear and worry and doubt is holding you back, check in and find out why. What's the story that you're telling yourself, right? Who said something when you was 5 years old that you were holding on to? I'm not enough. I'm too much. I'm too black. I'm too tall. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny, right? Good morning. What's the story that you're telling yourself? What's the narrative that you're holding on to back here that's keeping you stuck? Because all of us got a story, right? When I was a little girl, I don't know why, when I was in church as a little girl, I don't know why, I just could not make it down the aisle to give my money. Yo, the usher had to hold my hand every Sunday. I was afraid of being seen. I was afraid of people looking at me, watching me give my money give my money in church. This is just one example. And that fear of being seen followed me well into my adulthood, right? Well into the ages, because there was a story that somebody said, oh, you're being too loud, you're being too much, right? So in order for me to stay and make the adults around me happy, I had to dim, I had to sit, and I had to be somebody different. And I recognized that. And as we recognize the stories that's holding us back from being our best self, we can then become liberated into being the person that God designed us to be. We all have a path that we're supposed to be taking. That, imagine somebody is waiting for you to get on your path. Somebody is waiting for you to recognize your freedom and step into your confidence, step into being free, right? Body flow method. It's a 7-step program, and it taps into those 3 areas that I talked about. Creating mindfulness, meditation, creating and discovering the wisdom of your body so that the mind chatter is not playing games, right? The mind chatter comes because your brain is programmed to do certain things, right? We have to rewire the message that your body is delivering. And through your body, moving your body, you communicate, tell your body how you want to feel today, right? So I love you all. Check out the body flow method and the unique self-care framework designed to help you discover the wisdom of your body to heal itself, right? Chronic illnesses, you can heal yourself. You can heal yourself. Anxiety, you can heal yourself. Crohn's disease, you can heal yourself. You don't have to stay stuck. You can tell your body how you want it to feel and take inspired actions to make that happen. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I love you all. And be free.